I may as well record this since it's the only thing productive that has come out of the last 2 days, and I've been extremely attacked since I got through this study and download and everything. So basically, what we have here is a cosmic egg in the reverse, which basically means fortune in the wrong hands, connection with the wrong person, crown chakra blocked, tapped, vamped, ideas stolen. Once activated, will radiate the light of a million suns, the cosmic egg. And then that's the bottom of the deck concerning these animal cards. Then the bottom of the deck here was the Four of Swords, which is actually a twin flame card. So it's interesting how these two cards totally played on one another. So yeah, let's just go ahead and go through the animals first. And then I did just shuffled them and put these out in order and what lined up under the perspective cards. And so anyways, into the cosmic egg in the reverse was and actually this is the spirit card I have pulled out the most in this deck. Like a lot, like barely ever pulled out any other one. That was always the one that came out, so there's something really significant to this cosmic egg that's tie-dyed with a snake wrapped around it. So what I pulled out after that was, and I sort of like read it as like a past, present, future sort of a thing. But basically this is the story of the real, true Empress who has paid her way in pain. Because that's what it takes to be a real, divine, actual, true Empress. So the lizard, and also I feel like this one's sort of related to the divine masculine, but also like I sort of read it in a past position. A lizard, instinctual, sensitive to subtle details and intuition. A dreamer, dreams become future. Collective manifestation, expert in senses, sensory perception, and third eye, which relates to the whole twin flame thing a little bit. Prophet, and so yeah, I guess this works for the divine masculine, divine feminine, but in particular the connection, if it were to be in the 3D, and actually come into a greater place of manifestation. Although there's a little bit of benefit to the 5D connection, I feel like it's benefited somebody else. Anyway, sorry, I got really attacked today. Like I said, I'm gonna try to be normal. So, anyways, a sixth sense. Here's what's yet to be spoken, sees what hasn't happened yet, but will manifest, and can be draining, as like you can tell by the sound of my voice. Big crowds, lots of energies drain, and there's a need for cleansing and retreat to solidarity. Tapping into the inner artist is necessary and should be done on a regular basis to retain balance. And so here's the lizard hears who's whispering their name, and can hear actual like telepathic communication from their twin flame. It's an artistic and telepathic twin flame connection, like I said, a spiritual connection, and to bring in a balance is to create a creative project, start a creative project. In particular, one with your twin flame would be the ultimate creative project that you could start by bringing that connection into alignment as it is supposed to be and was supposed to be and should have been by now. Sorry. Oh my god. I just have to record this. I have to move it, and I just have to get it out of the way. Otherwise, I'd wait until I was in a better mood. I probably should put on some, music in the background, but, we're already 4 minutes in, so here we go. Real me you get with this one. Real, raw, and uncensored. Okay, so the next was like the lamb in the reverse. Sort of like a present situation. Present straight hands. It's peaceful, prophetic, patient, and binding. Very patient for very, very long. The lamb bears an important message. However, it is being blocked, stopped, Too much noise and distraction. Lamb's energy is honest, provides guidance, and there's been every attempt in the world to block it. Still censored, this girl's. Still censored, and I know that this isn't just for me. This is for my other real divine feminines. There's 144,000, 77,000, and of the few people that will actually hear it, we are the ones that have been through the muck and the mire. And that's how you know that we are real and legitimate. We're not sabotaging anyone. We're just trying to live in our purpose, and we're being sabotaged for it. For our message. So basically the lamb energy is the inner child. And it's a young, nostalgic, childlike love and connection. And, you know, it's in the reverse, it's been blocked and replaced. But the message is wisdom that resonates within. She is like the wise owl. It is interesting. Well, they'll come up later, but there's a lot of lions and lambs in this spread. Just saying. But basically, it's wisdom that resonates within a channeled, within a channeling by another. Like there's a twin flame thing again. And the message will repeat and reverberate until listened to and acted upon. It won't go away ever, not through your entire lifetime. The approach is patient, and there's much reverence here. I don't sound patient, but let me tell you, it's been some years. But anyways, the lamb is the gift of truth, heard in stillness and meditation and inner knowing, true peace, rest, finality. Listen here, the oracle has spoken. So then there's the swan, which in this read is sort of kind of in the future position. And it's the ugly duckling emerging as a swan, also kind of like the butterfly analogy, which interesting in this photo, there's a reflection and a mirror, but it's kind of the same thing in the way the butterfly is made. If you were to look at it sort of sideways, that could almost be like an antenna, right? But yeah, I just thought that was interesting, that correlation. It's basically when Sarai becomes Sarah, and the swan stands for effortless creativity, so a sensitive mystic with elegant power, heightened creativity. The goddess Sarawasti, I don't know how you say that, Saraswati, which is interesting because I got that download of Sarai becoming Sarah, and the goddess is Saraswati, and yeah, it's like interesting. I'd have to like look into it more, but it does seem to have like a same, like, you know, prefix, Latin prefix. I don't know if it's Latin, whatever, but it's the same first four letters. Moving on. So embodiment of language, creativity, artistry, creation and inspiration. The swan is basically a vehicle. I mean, she looks like a boat a little bit. She's the boat, she's the vehicle to actually make that journey to a final destination, makes it possible. It won't be possible without your swan. It's basically the inner vision to be revealed, and it's infinite. It's fluid, writing, creating, reflecting. It's untapped but limited, but has limitless potential. She is not to be taken for granted, taken lightly. She's the swan, and her soul is calling for your attention. So yeah, those are the top 3 cards relating to the cosmic egg in the reverse. And then I did pull some tarot on that. And the bottom, like I said, was the 4 of Swords, which also is a lamb. Interesting that the lamb came up at the bottom of the deck. And it's a twin flame card. The 4 of Swords is a twin flame card. And it means stillness, mental power, telepathic, twin flame connection, and communication. The lamb sits still without fear. It's time to look inward. And the mirror, and also it's interesting, this lamb has third eye. The sun has his third eye being opened, is illumination. Rest, meditate, and seek the answer. The consciousness to cope with the pressure. Calm before the storm, and clarity. So then sort of relating to the lizard, and I'm just gonna, I guess, pull these out one at a time and put them on their respective card. So the first one is Seven of Pentacles. And I, honest to God, like, these are actually how they came out of the deck, and how they all came out in this read. Son of Pentacles is a prince and an heir, and is divine masculine. And he is one that can be trusted wholeheartedly. And I have had ancestor confirmation on this one, but we'll see if he is obedient. Later in the read, I talk about being in the belly of the whale, so we'll see what happens there with Jonah, if he goes to Nineveh ever. I've got a facetious and sarcastic tone, but it's just the energy I'm in right now. It's a little bit frustrated. Anyways, loyal, dedicated, quiet, in authenticity, upright. He's loyal, dedicated, and quiet when he's upright and operating in his authentic self. The energy is loyal, determined, inventive, and trustworthy. But reversed, he can be stubborn, persistent, and rebellion. There it is in the belly of the whale. Introverted and socially awkward, and unwilling to step forward. So he struggles with self and his divine place and finality. And basically a close circle he keeps. No new friends, and that's perfectly okay. So then came out Son of Wands in the reverse. So basically divine masculine, acting in his folly, perhaps his younger years, perhaps his, Abram stage. I don't know. But basically using charm to one's advantage, lots of adventure and experience in search of a home. This home is known. It's known where the home is, but purposely basically unacknowledged and avoided. And where has that gotten, this divine masculine? I know where, this is a tough read, I guess. I know where home is, but I will go everywhere else except actually going home where I belong. I'm going to stay in the belly of the whale. Darn it. Okay, but he's a white knight of the deck. And distractions, keeping from authenticity, hard to know because of refusal to be authentic. True self, perfection is an illusion, false fronts, image focused, wearing masks. Masks. You like how I said that? There's a snake on that. With one wand. It's like the Ace of Wands with the snake upside down, Son of Wands, hence the Son of Wands. And then came out the Five of Pentacles. We're just going to have fun with this. I'm going to have fun with my frustration. Five of Pentacles. Illness results from wrong investments. Hard times come. Shadow self. Dark night of the soul. Foolish moves producing the wrong results. Loss of money. Failed projects. Worry. Anxiety. Addictions to cope. Lost and diverted vision. Then Star reversed. So I feel like this one has a double meaning, as in like the false foe, fake cloning star, trying to be a star, and also the true star being kept from shining. So literal false star eclipsing a true star, and that's when you look at it in the sense of a person's rather than just energy. But in the energy of it, it's basically hope and peace of mind being lost. Lost, capital letters, I put again, lost. Your compass is broken. Looking to the stars for answers and finding comfort in space. Part of self that's hopeful, serene, and purposeful, eclipsed. Need for the force to bring back the light. Need for the force to bring back the light. Illumination, answers, and infusion of purpose and positivity. It's not too late to step into your final mission. Daughter of Pentacles in the reverse, and this could relate to the karmic Jezebel. Irresponsible, unkind, fake nice, not really supportive. It's just an act. Pushing herself into the spotlight, whereas the Daughter of Pentacles in the upright is behind the scenes as a support at home. She might shine the spotlight, but also she's equally, if not more so, dedicated to being a support system for the divine masculine. But the Daughter of Pentacles in the reverse is not hardworking. She's entitled. She's living off others' work and effort. I could even bring it further to say perhaps she's a thief and a fraud. She wants something for nothing. She's a gold digger. And she's a thief. She's not an earth mother. She's not a princess. She's a fake and a fraud. Okay. Now, I'm not kidding. I didn't make this stuff up. I can't make this up. This is what came out. And this is what was in the definitions and somewhat expanded upon. But it is all still in line with the meanings of it all. Then out comes the Daughter of Swords, who is the actual real Divine Feminine, real Empress. And the Princess of Swords is basically at a 9 with 9 pentacles, basically ready to transition to the Queen of Swords. Her honesty and insight will take her and connections far in life. For her, but even more so for us, when there's an us, when that connection becomes extremely powerful and the 1,000, put to flight or put on springboards becomes 10,000, 1,000 banished, and 1,000 lifted up can become 10,000 banished and 10,000 then lifted up. But valued for face value and frankness is obvious by the tone of my voice in this tough love reading. And true transparency. There's no act here. What you see is what you get. An open book, a glass house, a story to be told. She has learned from trials, tests, experiences, and much observation. She never stops watching or learning. She is wisdom manifest. She's often burdened by too much knowledge, but with a desire to make lemonade. Like what I heard in one of my readers that picks up on me. She's like, they don't know how to make lemonade. They just stay lemons. Oh my God, made me laugh so much. Okay, anyways, where were we? Lemonade. She wants to make it all count for something. Beauty for ashes, strength for fear, gladness for mourning, and peace for despair. And I almost cry with all that. She has a powerful power to transmute. She's a powerful transmuter. And she's not always loved for it, and she's sometimes sabotaged for that, even like in the workplace. Like I did learn that in my last job big time. There was somebody that really struggled, and two that didn't get along, but when I was there, I transmuted that energy, and they did for the time I was there. It'd be interesting to know if that changed. Anyways, side note. The bright light in the room. Queen, a Daughter of Swords, Princess of Swords, transitioning into Queen of Swords. She's at her coronation. She's the bright light of the room. She struggles to overcome judgment, and she puts in effort to not be spiteful and bitter from enduring so much hardship. I'm sorry. It's been a rough afternoon, and even more so a real rough life. And she struggles to overcome and not be judgmental or bitter because of hardship, loss, and a life of challenges. She's holding on to the faith that all the training and fighting and tests and trials will end up producing positive results, and that dormant seeds will grow. And vultures, they got to spit out the seeds that they came and eaten. It ain't over till it's over. It ain't over till it's over. And it's going to be quite the end game. She holds on to that faith in a big way. Sorry, to wipe my tears and go on. So then we move to the middle, the transitionary phase. Lamb reverse, lamb kept shut, light kept under coffee can, candle kept under coffee can, sort of a thing, analogy. And there you go, this one always comes out. The Nine of Wands, the Wounded Warrior card. And so it's, but actually, why do I have the upright? I felt like it did come out reverse, like that's what I wrote down anyways. Either way, you're both go sideways. Wounded Warrior, seen and acknowledged. Yeah, I did that because this is a transitionary sort of pile. And so the wounded warrior is being seen and acknowledged. Her story is starting to be told despite much censoring and thwarting of it. She's fought hard and she didn't ever give up. She's strength, she's stamina, and confidence. She's been very, very tested. Her journey is near completion. In reverse, she's presently stepping into completion in that moment of it, the final stretch, weary but still standing, pushing aside doubts, fears, dismissing, turning heads away, what did I mean by that? Doubts and fears, dismissing and turning her head away from doubts and fears, making that conscious choice to do that. Final rally of confidence to culminate with the winning shot. Is basically an overtime. She's at the finish line and her eyes are on the prize, and she steps forward. Hard work finally about to pay off. That final lunge towards that finish line after a really long marathon, when you have no strength left, but you like fall over the finish line literally. And the case is being closed. The proof is there, the evidence there, the case is being closed. Recompense is on its way. All right. Two of Wands. Dude, I must have, maybe my pile's upside down because this Two of Wands was in the reverse as well. I'll just try to turn this around to see if it fixes things, fixes my notes. So Two of Wands reversed, blocked success. Not an obstacle, tenacious, moving beyond desired goal into achievement, the 5D to the 3D, and not gonna beat yourself up, gonna win, not striving, not overly focused, but like stepping into that, I guess, not striving and not being overly focused on an outcome, but just turning on receptive mode to relax and receive and just let it happen now. Wow, that was really tested. Maybe that's why I had the afternoon that I had, because oh my goodness, that was tested. I might actually post the videos my really rough afternoon to precede this read and make it even more victorious. So then the Eight of Swords. Yeah, okay, I did right I just put that pile on upside down. I have a grandson, so I'll have to like move my stuff when he's not at school. Eight of Swords. Presently a little trapped, powerless, damsel in distress. Drawing and reaching for a lifetime, but head still above water. By the way, my offspring is protected. You mess with them and you are messing with my ancestors in a really big way. They will not be targeted. They will not be harassed. All right, it will come back immediately to yours. So don't even think about it. All right, so where was I? Eight of Swords. Presently a little trapped and powerless, a damsel in distress, drowning and reaching for a lifeline, but head still above water. Playing the victim a bit, but because the victimization is very real, and she has to call out her victimizers as a necessary step to resolve a situation. Balancing other and self, and so she's balancing between what others have done and how they've gotten in the way, and what's in her power to do, and how it's in her power to act and try to like beat those traps and outsmart the sabotage. So she's basically balancing the two, and discerning and rightly dividing, like I said, what's in her power to do, and what she needs to call out because it's been preventing her power, sort of a thing. And working with the very last pentacle and what little she has until her ships come in. So still working hard and using every little bit, trying to make lemonade out of lemons, trying to scrape together what she has left, what hasn't been ruined and destroyed, and do something with that. And she's demanding an answer. She's demanding justice. She's been hanging by her last thread for too long. It's about to snap. But it's time for the net to be placed under her in exact perfect timing. So it was kind of like a movie where you're hanging there by a thread, And she still believes divine masculine is going to come in with that net or that trampoline right in time. It is kind of necessary, and I feel like the situation's been forced that way for a reason. But you know what? If he doesn't, if he don't come through, if he don't do what's right, she'll just keep doing her day by day and do what she can in her own power. She don't need him. The universe needs them. Okay, have I made that clear, divine masculine? She don't need you, but the universe needs the both of you to be together. Was I firm enough there? It's time for the net to be placed under in perfect timing. It is time for that lifeline and that raft to be thrown out. What the hell was that sound? And it's a reveal of what's been secret and hidden. So then the sun, which actually was reversed in this spread and in connection with the lamb being reversed, the sun reversed, she was kept ill. She was kept in the dark, an object or subject of many secrets, depending on how you look at that. Eclipsed from truth, kept from being seen and kept from shining, undiscovered, unused and undeveloped skills and talents, vamped and stolen from, dreams taken, which is literally and figuratively, chronic illness, wrongly diagnosed, refused treatment, medical care, left for dead, drained, fatigued, allergies and intolerances, used, abused, bedridden, locked in a tower, kept in a cage. While she was bedridden, she still dreamed big dreams, and those dreams were stolen, those ideas were stolen, and she was kept in that place so that other parties could profit from her ideas and her genius and what was given to her, try to break into her records, this, that, and the other thing. She was not validated. She was not given proper assurance. She was underappreciated. She was unacknowledged. She was fed off of. She was kept inside and hidden. Attempted unalivening, medically, spiritually, and physically and psychically targeted and attacked on the regular, like a plant trying to stay alive without sun and nourishment, denied necessary basic necessities, resources, care, and she survived all of that. And that's what makes her amazing. Sorry, I gotta recompose. She's a spark, a flame, a light, a fire, a little candle that's covered up. That's that analogy of a candle covered up by a coffee can. Covered to retain darkness, censored, mouth shut, opportunities blocked, not given credit for designs and inventions, not given her due chance. But that little coffee can, she's going to create little holes and little cracks. She's going to shine out from underneath that coffee can. It'll be like, I'm here. I'm still here. This light has not been put out. She is shining through every single little miniature hole, any crack or crevice she can find. She's gonna shine, even though covered up, she's gonna shine. Can I get an amen? If I had an organ, I'd play it right now. Okay. So silly. Oh, I think this deck just got I don't know. I didn't put it back right because that was upright. 5 of Cups. It's just me against the world, baby. Grief, disappointment, feeling like there's not much time left to make up for time lost, replaced, cut off, much lost, most cups spilled into others' cups, theft, sorrow, regret, but feeling powerless, denied, targeted, bullies, passed over, underappreciated, unrecognized, broken relationships, lost love, and it turns into poor expectations of others. She doesn't know who she can trust. And she doesn't know if anyone's going to actually recognize her or give her a chance to shine, sort of a thing. And it sounds like a lot of whining, but it's real, so don't judge if you ain't ever been there. Don't judge because you ain't ever even been close to there. And she knows it ain't all her because her life didn't start out this way. She actually was successful, and so she can differentiate that. This ain't her personality. This ain't her nature. She was voted most likely to succeed in school. And then this, and now she can't even get jobs that she's had in college. That ain't right. Something real fishy about the situation. All right. So the Lovers. I don't know if this was supposed to be upright, upside down. I don't know. Aww. Closest thing I have to Twin Flame is this Black Raven. He's got a lady that he protects and feeds the nest, but he comes to me. He's in my environment. Anyways, just the 2 birds. The birds. It's hugely significant. The birds. I love my birds. I love me some birds. Got me some birds. Okay. Anyways, the Lovers. Desire for union, joy, a divine and ordained connection. Counterpart, you believe deeply in and know would change the course of history, yet it seems the connection was sabotaged and someone else got in the way and took your place. And drinking from your cup, an outsider, a twin flame, a secret third party, feeling like your perfect relationship is in sight. And this divine feminine is so divine that even despite all that, she still believes, because she has a deeper level of foresight and knowledge, and she knows that the greater something is, the greater it's going to be fought against, and that the forces of darkness are going to do everything in the world and have done everything in the world to sabotage it. She has that type of enlightenment. Divine masculine, hello, wake up. Where are you? Anyways, where was I? I gotta find my place again. Desire to build a long-lasting, strong foundation and establish the forever connection you know you can live the rest of this lifetime in and die satisfied and completed. A love of a lifetime that was waited for a lifetime, an equal give and take, where honor and respect are matched and have been previously unmatched in other connections. A best friend, a lover, and a business partner in which the sky is the limit. And that is so rare to find, because usually you'll get sick of a person. But to find somebody that you can fit in all three roles with, that is rare, it is priceless, it is irreplaceable, it is not to be taken lightly. How dare you have even just like turned your back to that? Come on, get with the program, dude. Okay, where was I again? This is definitely a tough love read here. This is exactly what divine masculine needs for his sword to be sharpened. I'm pretty sure that comes up in my notes later too. A best friend, a lover, a business partner in which the sky is the limit, a connection that heals, lifts both parties, iron sharpening iron, there it is. Ultimate productivity, the pearl of great price, the one that's been searched the world over for. The real deal, all in cap locks with an exclamation point after the real deal. Okay, let's move on to the Swan, which is the future type position. Present into future, 9 into 10, sort of. On the verge of, on the tip of, just the tip, the cherry, in the reverse. Strong will, attempted breaking down of being broken down, cannot hide the truth or hold out any longer. Okay, I have to reread that. My notes are long, and so sometimes they're like college style, and I have to decipher it myself. So, strong will, in parentheses I put, attempted breaking down of strong will, being broken down, but cannot hide the truth or hold out any longer. Surrender to the divine, white flag being raised, given into, in parentheses, the ghost. Bliss withheld, a search for or fighting for bliss to be regained, achieved, riding towards bliss, seeing the truth. Seeing the truth. And denied the truth. Denying the truth no longer. Denied the truth, but is now no longer deniable. Going for it. Heading towards dreams, previously denied due to deception, false witnesses, etc. Fake profiles, whatever kind of sabotage, karmic sabotage, which is ... Ten of Cups. I'm not kidding you. I didn't make this stuff up. This is exactly how these came out. And I really like this 10 of Cups because the downloads I got related to the energy of all of these colors, rainbow energy, and the fact that two people will make a unique energy once in each other's energetic fields that cannot be made with any other person. It is completely unique when one person's energy fuses with another person's energy. If you read the book This Shack, that was the part that I was sad that they didn't do a better job of, because that was a part of the book that stood out the most to me, and it had to do with our lifetimes and our purposes on this life and how important connections are. And I wish they really would have played on more, because I was really looking forward to seeing that scene in the book, but I was very disappointed in the movie. Anyways, if you read about it at the end of the shack, it's a really, really cool scene. And so I thought of that when I pulled this card. And the energy of the energies fusing concerning divine counterparts, twin flames, divine masculine and divine feminine coming together. So 10 of Cups, a radiant energy, a bright light. Although the bright light was covered and hidden, like with that candle in a coffee, under a coffee can analogy, and stopped from shining, it's undeniable. It's like she reached out for him. She shines from the earth into the heavens for him. Like, would you see my little bit of light coming out of this hole, coming out of this crack as I'm kept in this cave? Like, there's just this little sunlight ray reaching out to you to send you a message. It's undeniable. Light rays leaking through any crack, hole, or crevice it can actually escape through to make truth known any way possible. Light passing through the darkness. Tons of darkness, and there's this one little candle, this divine feminine candle, and she is just doing whatever she can to reflect and, make herself seen in her, entrapment or her being kept in a tower or a prison cell sort of a thing. It's overflowing positivity, even through all adversity. Oh, God, I'm having difficulty reading right now. Overflowing positivity, even through all adversity. Excitement and magnetic attraction, undeniable and still felt strong. Like as if somebody, with her being locked in a prison cell, through a really thick, very burly door, as like a dungeon prison would have, that still felt strongly even through that door, through that blockage, through many blockages. A full spectrum radiation, rainbow colored energy, unique color combinations amplified by fusion. Like I said, like I explained in that scene earlier, of unique energies that a divine counterpart will make. It's like rainbow on rainbow on rainbow. It's like, I can't even explain it. You'd have to see it. It's like a laser show of rainbows. A blending of energies that cannot be duplicated no matter what, no matter who tries, no matter who has tried. It's shining. It's shining in a way you can't even explain shining. It is shining exponentially. It is shining to the shining power. Am I making myself clear? Reflecting one another. Refracting. Like a kaleidoscope, like a telescope, like a long hall of mirrors with a light on one end and then a light at the other end, but there's so many mirrors pointed at so many angles. And this makes me think of some of my architectural ideas, like burying a Merkaba under a big hill and creating a community with a big forest underneath, sort of a thing. Like how the top part, that very top point, would be a whole bunch of mirrors that would take a little tiny tip of a triangle of sunlight and be able to reflect that down to create enough light to basically feed a forest, sort of a thing. Like I say forest. I do that on purpose. Anyways, where was I? So it's like a long hall of mirrors. You got one little candle, one little light at one end, one little light at the other end, but it reflects and refracts. Fraggle rock. It reflects all the way to the other end of this long hall, each little light to join in the middle and to reach one another. Sort of a thing, sort of a story, like a kaleidoscope effect. Okay, where was I? And despite distance, no distance can separate these energies, opposite end of the world. Distance cannot come in between. It is still felt, it is still heard, it is still experienced through sensation, through astral communication, breaking through all of the dimensions for a supernatural culmination that has been foretold for generations. Yeah, it's definitely why I got so attacked today. The world in growing expectation of the twins, of the chosen, of the mother, of the father, to reveal all that's been hidden And there is more than one mother and father. There are forerunners, there are mothers and fathers, but it's so significant. And why? Okay, sorry. Where am I again? The world and growing expectation of the twins, of the chosen, to reveal all that's been hidden. I mean, this is native prophecy here. Come on now. To reveal all that's been hidden, light, truth, illumination, breaking out, breaking free, breaking loose, to dispel all constraints, shackles and chains, delays and restrictions, the birthing of an entirely new generation, the wiping away of a long history of dark, binding, corruption, ideas, and limitations, the power of pure joy flooding, sunshine on a field of daisies, dancing, singing, celebration, and declaration. We are free. We can be free. It is what we choose to be. A precedent of being what we're meant to be. This is the beginning of it. This is the start of it. It's huge. All right. Ace of Wands. I'm not kidding you. This is how this stuff came out. Into the Ace of Wands. The new beginning of a recreation, doubts aside, birthing expansion cannot stop. The birthing process is a force that cannot be contained. It's coming, and this baby can't be stopped from being born. It'd be like a woman in labor and a doctor trying to put his hands over that baby's head. Is not going to matter. It is not going to stop. What is to be birthed, what is meant to be birthed. Okay, where's I? No one can stop this birthing process. It's a force that cannot be contained. It's coming, and this baby can't be stopped from being born. It's inevitable. Excitement, energy, new growth, seeds dropping and spilling everywhere, and then creating more seeds. Just like so many seeds, you gotta thin it out. Invasive. It's invasive. It's a chain reaction of ideas, of new outlooks, of solutions, of positive flow, of unmatched artistic energy, solution focus. So moving into a way of being solution focused. We are the opposite of that now. That's revival. The answers are the only way. Perspective enlightened and heightened. Curse of winter broken. The curse of Narnia, winter broken. It is springtime. It is about time. It's been rough to get there. It's a rough war. Okay. So then, death card. And that is rejecting of an old, less fertile, less productive, and negative mindset, of old patterns and constraints being pushed aside and overcome because the light is just too bright to deny. The things that have held back progress are crucified. The energies and entities that have held back progress are put to death. Only new life, new ideas, new ways of being and thriving are acceptable at this time. It's time to effortlessly get to work and rebirth as it's become completely necessary. Closure on old cycles, pruning of dead branches, only room for new growth, and that which produces anything, any branch, etc., that is diseased and spreading death, deception, illusion, constraints, ugly and yucky feelings are thrown into the fire for burning and purification, a reorganization of priorities, freedom to speak truths so as the monsters, enemies, have no chance to change or be destroyed. Death to death. That which brings down and gets in the way of life can no longer be tolerated. Focus on a new way that feels right. Transformation, a forced transformation. There's no other option. Everything that gets in the way, all obstructions are removed, moved, cleared, cut away for a clear path. To the strength reversed. There's a lion. Lion in the lab. No more striving, straining, holding up that which is weighty. Let go and move out of the way. Mountains falling into the sea. Force of nature doing its thing. It's unstoppable. And the more we try to force something to not be, the more it is. Moving of the earth and reshaping of terrain. That's happening like literally. So water can fill ravines and create new lakes, rivers, new vegetation. No more forcing, surrendering to a force that is greater than our own. Self-control is recognized as futile and unproductive and unnecessary. Living courageously from heart space, going for what you know inside feels right, and no longer allowing someone else to force their ideas, ideals, plans, etc. for you. Realization that there's no amount of money that could be worth being bought or being sold out. What does that say? And that's death. That is the beauty in death. That's actually what death represents. Death to ego. All right. So you give up and give into that spiritual force. It is an alternative route that's greater than yourself, as it's the only option or way to live. That which has held one back and gotten in the way is released. Again, ego dropped. External control released to give way for authenticity. Divine mastery is eminent. Time used wisely, bravely, and courageously. The lion roars, emerges, makes his presence known. Simba, Aslan, and Judah. He roars. A new reality has officially been established. Make way for the Messiah's return. And this, I'm not kidding you. This is the last card that came out. It's the Empress, and this is the Empress Story. We better put these side by side. The Lovers, making way. The Lion, and making way for his Empress. Look at that with the cosmic egg and the Four of Swords. That's beautiful. All right, the Empress. He takes his queen, the mother. An unbridled shift in destiny is now reality. Fulfillment of generations upon generations of prophecy. The time has come. Such a time as this is right now. We're in that time. They declare, the Lion and the Queen, that a new heaven and earth is established. I want to put the lamb there too. Okay, so I had this in a vision. If I were to expand on my Winchester experience, the vision I had was basically of a cliff rising next to an ocean, and my staff went down into the earth. I claimed my space like you would if you were pioneering and claiming land. So, staff into the ground, land is claimed, creation is here, all things are new. It's a new rule with new rules. We are all one. We are all connected. We are all rulers. We are all self-governing. We all have the job to master ourselves, to keep ourselves in check, to focus on positive solutions, to cast aside negative mindsets. And that has to do with, like not hurting others, basically, to bear fruit, the fruit of the Spirit. It's that energy. But this is more than just talked about. This is put into action. It's that we operate, actually, in the fruit of the Spirit when dealing with others. We will not just speak it, we will live it. We will prove it. Nobody will lack. Nobody will be silenced, shut up, or shut out. All needs will be met. Those that have been previously unsupported will now be honored. Their stories will be heard. Their needs will be met. Collectively, we will strive to strengthen the weakest so that we are all strong. There is no acceptable alternative. Give, add, produce, or get out. Produce fruit, or be on your way. What do you lack? What do you need? How can we serve you so that you can rise up to serve others? That is going to be the new attitude and the new ideal. I got to read it again. How can we serve you so that you can rise up to serve others? That's the way we win, my friends. That is the voice of the Empress. How can we serve another? How can we serve nature? How can we heal nature? How can we establish nature? How can we be intimate partners with nature? How can we bring out growth and nature within one another? How can our true nature bring out true nature within one another, their true nature? How can we support that? How can we grow that for us? How can we feed life and be fed and nourished, etc., on and on? The mother needs the father. The empress needs the emperor. Will the real empress make her divine entrance? Make way for the mother. It's not a religion. It's not a mindset. It's not a school of thought. It's a vine, it's a vineyard, it's a tree with branches, it's vegetation, it's growth, it's giving the earth all it needs so the earth can give us all that we need. The end.